All right, I'm live, Southwood. Let me see.
Wait a minute.
You want to say hello to everybody? You can yell hello.
No, I want to nuke my food.
Well, nuke your food so we can.
And then go.
So we can peruse on with the show. On with the show.
Did you have calamari?
I had some. Don't eat it all. This is domestic bliss right here, people. As you can see, I am not in my room. I am in the living room because the office has been destroyed yet again. I can't even step foot inside my office right now. There's so much shit in there. Oh my God, help me, Jesus. Hello, Shavika. Hello, Leighton. Hello, sorry guys. I know I said 7:20. I tried so hard, but if it wasn't for this, I call him my grip, this man over here making noise. If it wasn't for him helping me put this setup together, I'd be in here cursing like a sailor. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So beautiful people, how the hell are you? So sorry for the delay. That it is me, Ambi. Hi, Ambi. So sorry for the delay. It has been a very long day. I went back to teaching. Increase your speed. To all the amazing people who signed up for it pre-pandemic, they are finally getting their class. And I had to do one today for the first time since the pandemic, And so your girl is like, what? She's exhausted. But I'm so happy to be here and talking to you guys as usual. Let's see. So I guess I know people were expecting me at 7:20, 7:15, 7 o'clock. Sorry, people, don't be mad at me. So anyway, hello, Miss Shamika. Hello, Miss Layton. Hello, Miss Ambi. What y'all up to? It's only us right now, so we might as well chit and a chat. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Miss Layton. It's not a delay. Things when they need it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes. So you might see me out here. I can't get into my room. I can't get into it at all. If I showed you a picture, you'd be like, we did a bomb blow up in there. Oh my God. We were busy. So we had the increase your speed class, right, in my apartment. And we have the space here that I use to, do makeup or whatever. And we had a little, a little mini fair, like street fair up here yesterday. And I thought I was going to be able to use the space, and I couldn't. And so we were running around here like crazy people, trying to clean this up for my student because we were supposed to be in another space. So everything that was in here, remember I told you I was cleaning out my office? Well, I was cleaning out my office because everything was in this room. And so we were running around this morning like crazy people trying to get everything clean and put it back in my office. Oh my God, I tell you, that is life, isn't it? Oh no, why, Ambi? We are back on lockdown. How is that possible? Oh, I hate that. I'm sorry. I know that sucks to high mother effing hell. I am so sorry. Taking down my daughter's braids and thinking about how to set up some shoots in my local city. I miss doing makeup, right? I miss teaching. I'm lucky. I told you guys I am lucky that I get to do makeup, right? But I miss teaching. I miss teaching you people. And so to teach again is just something beautiful. Idiots without masks. Okay, Ambi. So you're just telling me that we down for another lockdown because America, nobody wants to. There's 50% people don't want to wear the mask. The 50% people will wear the mask. There's 50% people who don't mind getting the vaccine. There's other 50% people, you ain't putting that stuff in my arm. It's just, how about we move to New Zealand? Let's move to New Zealand, shall we? Because what's happening? It's like another universe. It's like a multiverse. There's this movie with Jet Li, I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, called The One. It is really cheesy. It's really bad. And it's one of my all-time favorite movies. And it's all about people living on a multiverse. So there's always like many, many versions of us on other universes and stuff. And so that's what I always think of as a multiverse. We're in a multiverse place, I tell you. So people, listen, I can't be on here all night because I literally had like 20 minutes of sleep today, and then I had to do the class all day. So, you know, I wanted to kind of talk about, we kind of talked about it before with, oh God, my head, I'm tired. With Brian, that's what I'm going to call him. When he had posted earlier about, a couple of weeks ago, he had posted about imposter syndrome and how he felt impostery, and how I did look it up, and, you know, I guess it is a feeling of not being worthy. And one of my students today had, you know, kind of asked me a question because I had made a comment like, oh God, I know what it's like to not feel worthy. And so she wanted to hear my story about, you know, why, how, you know, DeShawn, what made you feel not worthy? First of all, I could feel not worthy. Okay. Believe you me. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to share it with you. And then I don't know. I just want to share with you people. There's only 5 of us on here. I share with you. Okay. So if y'all are in for a tad bit of it's story time. Yeah, it's just a little story time because I like the story, and I always like the story, but I don't really tell it that often. So, okay, so we're talking now. I mean, this year will be my 21st year of being a makeup artist. And so about, again, 17 years ago, when I got the opportunity to assist, you know, I always talk about Sharon, you know, I always talk about my assisting. I know, drink some booze every time I say assisting, or every time I say Sharon go. So anyway, so I was assisting Sharon, and I think I tell you guys this story in pieces because I'm trying to protect the innocent. But it's hard because it's my story and I should be allowed to tell my story. And I didn't sign any piece of paper saying I couldn't tell my story. Someone said, and I told you guys in another thing, that a makeup artist, a special effects makeup artist, had gotten fired from this particular set that I was on with Sharon and David LaChapelle as the amazing photographer of life. So what had happened on that set was I tried to explain my introduction to David, because it is very important that you understand that sometimes people are just straight up rude to you. They're just rude. And so basically when I met Mr. LaChapelle, I said, oh, you know, Sharon said, go talk to him, you know, go say hello, you know, that kind of thing. So I went to say hello, and it was just like, it was like a gnat in his ear. Like, well, who's this? Is somebody talking? I'm literally like looking at him. Oh, and thank you for letting me on your set. And he's just like, wouldn't acknowledge me, wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't talk to me, nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not here for him anyway. I'm here for Sharon. That's how I always look at it. When you're assisting somebody, remember, you're not here for the photographer. You're here for the key. So I felt, okay, what's the big damn deal? All right. You know, okay, I'm here for Sharon. So I went back to do my work. Well, I will say that Sharon had walked away from me. And as I was doing makeup, a group of interns came running at me, right? Manicurist. And I said, what? Manicurist? I know manicurist. Y'all better leave me alone because I'm here to assist. And remember, this was my first time assisting. So I wasn't playing. Like, don't bother me. I ain't your manicurist, okay? So I go, no, that's not me. It's not me. Go away. So they go away, and then they come back. But in the interim of them going away, all I hear is David LaChapelle screaming. He's screaming. And I'm like, I'm not going back there. And it's not my job to go back there. So I'm not going back there, you know. But then like on the third try, he's screaming. I'm like, you know, what's the deal, man? You know, so they come to me again. And then they say, manicurist, manicurist. And then I go, okay. Then I go to set. Now, I know you guys have never been on David LaChapelle's shoot, so I understand that. But I think I told you before that when you look at his work, it is visual. And the reason why it's so visual is not because all of that stuff is done in post where they put things in, you know what I mean? You know, like there's somebody hanging, so they put it in later. No. Somebody's literally hanging maybe like a bird or whatever it may be. And everything that you see, he builds, okay? So right now he's on set. And it seems to be some, like, I guess, unwritten rule that when he's on set, you're not supposed to go on set. I didn't know anything. Remember, this is my first assisting job. I don't know anything. And I'm petrified at this moment. I'm petrified because Sharon has walked away. She has left me to do the other models. I'm supposed to do my job. And I'm not supposed to be standing here on set with freaking David LaChapelle. I'm supposed to be doing my job. So I'm like really freaking out in my head. And so and when I walked back there, what had happened was, if you can imagine like a big square, right? And the set is this, right in the middle square. People weren't on the set itself. They were like on the perimeter of the square, all standing like this, right? And I'm like, what's this line all about? What's happening? What's happening? So I'm petrified. So I go and I break the threshold and I walk onto the set. And I walk up to David and I say, can I help you, David? And because he's yelling. Because at this point, he's yelling. Right? I don't understand. And I'm like, dude, I got a job to do. What do you want? And so I walked up to him and said, can I help you, David? Like that. And he was like, and he's like cursing. And he's like, well, I want their nails done. And I said, okay. So, what is it that you want specifically? I want some color. Right. And I knew that Sharon, because I'd packed Sharon's kit, it was a 2-day shoot. So I packed Sharon's kit and I saw nail polishes in there. So I said, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. So I said to him, because now I'm getting agitated. Don't do this. Don't do this. But I said to him, are you going to give me some time? Because I'm getting agitated. Are you going to give me some time? Because he wanted all the models on set to get their hands and feet done. So he says, yes. And I said, well, how much time are you giving me? 20 minutes. And I said, because remember, he's not really looking at me. So I said, okay, all right, I got you covered. Now, the moral of the story is that no one knew on that set, including Sharon, that I actually am a nail tech. I'm a manicurist, but I'm not the manicurist for the day. I was there to do other things. Nobody knew that I was a nail tech since 4 or 5 years. So when he did that, I knew exactly what to do. And all I did was pick like a very saturated color that required 1 coat of paint. And then all I did was I went into mode. I said to the assistants that came to get me, I said, listen, you go to hair, you get me some blow dryer. You come with me. You take this, you take this, you take this. Paint. Now blow. So when I tell you, he gave me 20 minutes and he stayed on set, by the way. He never left set. I got them back in 10. And the first time he looked at me, I said, here they go. And he did this. He said, oh. And I said, can I go now? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, thank you. And then I left and I went back to doing what I was doing, which was supposed to be doing the makeup for the women. I didn't think anything of it. I just wanted it over. So I did that and he just kind of looked at me like, oh shit, okay. And so then he came up to me, because it's a very long shoot. David's shoots are normally extremely long, like 18 hours. Okay, it's not like a 6-hour day. It's like 18 hours. Okay, so we're like hour 8 now or something, and he walks over to me, and he says, "Can you do such and such for me?" And I said, and he wanted me like put molds on the face of this actor, like model actor. And I said, I hate the story because I hate to tell the story because I feel like I'm telling other people's business and I hate telling other people's business. But anyway, the special effects makeup artist, remember that story I keep telling you about where he took somebody in the back and started screaming at them? That was the day. So he goes, well, can you put these moles on this guy's face for me? And I was like, I don't know. All I have is like eyelash glue. I don't have anything. So I was like, listen, I can try for you. I have no idea. Can I? I'll try. Sure, I'll try. So I do it and put the moles on, use the eyelash glue to put moles on the guy and put the moles on him and sent him to set. And he was like, wow. Then he came to me. He started coming to me because remember, he has now fired the special effects person. Okay. So he has nobody to help him. So he kept coming to me and I kept saying, what is happening? What multiverse am I in? What's going on? And he just kept coming to me. And I was like, oh, this is really strange. And then like the last day he came to me, he was like, can you do a bullet wound? And I said, oh, a bullet wound? A bullet wound? Who does bullet wounds? I'm like, I have duo glue. I don't know. So I was like, okay, think. What's a bullet wound look like? Okay, I'll take the duo glue. He wanted it in a specific place. I put the duo glue on. I put some black shit on and I did what I could. And then I said, well, here it is. And he said, okay. And then he took a big, like a canister of, fake blood and threw it on the actor. And he was like, fabulous. And I was like, we're good? He was like, yeah. I was like, cool. Okay, cool. Okay. So now at the end of the shoot, so you understand, it's almost like a procession. You know how you see the king and the queen and they're standing in line. You're standing in line. And then they kind of come by and shake your hand. It's sort of like that when you leave. So everybody's kind of like online and you walk past David and you say, thank you, for having me, or whatever, shake his hand or whatever, right? So I'm inching up to David LaChapelle. And I'm like, no matter what I did, I didn't care because I was like, dude wouldn't talk to me. Even though he was talking to me now, I didn't care. Dude wasn't talking to me. So I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, what do I, I'm inching up. It's my turn. I'm like, oh God. Can we just get this over with? I don't, And so I'm inching up. And then I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then he goes, hey, thank you so much. Oh my God. He hugged me. And he kissed me on the cheek. And I was like, what the fuck? What just happened? He was like, oh, you did so well. Thank you so much for all your help. I was like, is he talking to me? He wasn't talking to me 2 days ago. He's talking to me now. I was so confused. And I was like, oh, I'm just so glad I can help you, Thank you. And I was just like in shock, kind of. I was like, that man kissed me on the cheek. What happened? So fast forward. Now, this is where the unworthiness comes in. So fast forward. I'm home. It's about maybe a week or two later. What comes across my phone? Bleep. David LaChapelle. And I'm like, did I do something? What did I do? Why are they calling me? I didn't do anything. Why are they calling me? Like I'm panicking inside my head. And I said, you better answer the phone. Okay, because I know during the shoot, I had to go to the store for Sharon, I had to do all the stuff, and I had to turn in receipts, and I had to do all these things. So I thought maybe I didn't turn in receipt or something that they needed. I was like panicking. So I said, okay, hello. Hello, Ultimate. Like, what the fuck? So this guy, he's like, my name is Robert. Calling from David LaChapelle's office. He would like for you to come in and do a shoot. And I said, oh, cool. Who am I assisting? And Robert said, nobody. You're going to be a principal makeup artist. I was like, what? What the fuck? What? And I was like, what? He was like, yes. And I was like, what? I was so confused. I was just like, I don't understand. So I was like, okay, whatever you say. Okay. So I'm in the house. And of course you do the, right? I'm like screaming, like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Boom. I began to feel not worthy because all of a sudden I said, He called the wrong person. He called the wrong person. He didn't want me. That dude just called me, and he didn't want me on that set. And when I show up on that set, he's gonna scream at me like he screamed at that special effects person. I literally, the entire week, had an ulcer. I was intermittently crying. This is gonna be bad. I'm like this. Oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. I don't know what to do. Maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe you shouldn't go. Don't go, DeShawn, because, oh, girl, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. And I am having a meltdown. I am having the meltdown of life. I did not know what to do. I just was like, oh my God, oh my God. He's going to see me and he's going to go, why is she here? Why is she here? I could feel it. I was like, why is she here? And I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? 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 And so I said, well, you said you committed, so you're going to have to go. And if he starts yelling, don't cry in front of him. Just suck it up and say, I'm sorry. They invited me. I'm sorry. I'll leave. So on the way to David LaChapelle's studio, the whole time I'm breathing heavy. I'm sweating. I'm sweating profusely. And I'm like, oh God, it's going to be okay, DeShawn. Oh God. And then I walk up the steps. I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then I get into the studio and I'm like, oh God, there he is. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And the whole time I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And he sees me and I go, oh God, oh God, oh God, calm down, DeShawn. It's going to be okay. Hold on to something. And he goes, hey, I'm so glad you can make it. And I said, what the fuck? What is going on? And I just was like, I was like, you really wanted me here? And he was like, yeah. He said, you did such a great job. You did such a great job for me the last time you're here. I figured this should be, like a thank you. I was like, what? You see, and it's like the whole week, but the point is the whole week. When I tell you that was the worst week of my life, the whole week, the ulcer, the sickness, the crying, the shaking, the whole week, I was violently ill, thinking I'm not, and I said it over and over again, oh, I'm not worthy. I did say that. I said, I am not worthy. This is not going to work out well. Like, look at me. I'm going through it right now. I was like, this is not going to work out for me. This is going to be a disaster. Hold your hat. And it wasn't. And I think that we do shite to ourselves and we build ourselves up and we're not worthy and we have imposter syndrome and I don't belong here and blah, 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 blah. We have all of this shit in our brains that sometimes we got to let stuff be. We got to experience stuff instead of pushing it down. That could have been the week of my life, just enjoying the week and just packing and being happy to go. I spent the week crying. I spent the week almost vomit. I'm not a vomitor, but almost vomited. I mean, I spent the week I made myself sick. He didn't do anything to me. I literally went into my brain and my brain just went like this. It spiraled out of control. I spiraled because I didn't think I was worthy of being there. I didn't think I was worthy of being in his presence. I didn't think I was worthy. And it's like, we got to stop that. Because if you feel any 1/10 of what I felt that week, y'all need to stop it. And I don't know how you stop it. I don't have any remedy for how you stop it. I mean, all I can tell you is that was the last day that I had gone through that kind of, do I get nervous still to this day? Of course I get nervous. Of course I get nervous. But it's not that I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Because I keep telling you, if it's your job, then that means you belong there. You belong there. It is your job. And you have to realize that. No matter if the makeup artist that was hired before you got sick and couldn't make it, it's still your job. And you are still worthy to be standing there and painting faces. So whatever minutiae we have to remember these things, because I don't want to see things pass by. I don't want to see, yes, Leighton, self-sabotage. What did I do? I almost didn't go. I seriously, listen, you see me? Do you see this? Do you see this? Back and forth. Oh no, I don't think I can go. I don't think I can go. I don't think I should go. I don't think I should. For like a week. Self-sabotage for like a week. I'm not going. I don't think I'm going. I'm not going. For a week. What? Because I felt unworthy. Because I felt like I shouldn't have been there. But he thought I was supposed to be there, and I was, and it's like it's like Leighton said, it's that self-sabotage. It's like a lot of times, like it's like small little things like, you're supposed to be on set at like 9, when you show up at 9:30. That's self-sabotage because you're supposed to be there at 9, then be there at 9 or 8:45. But don't be there at 9:30 and then be like, oh, whatever, or I'm here or whatever. Little things can really ruin our careers. Little weird little things like that. Being really sloppy on set, that can ruin your career. Being nasty on set with your kid and the stuff is all over the place. Your bad attitudes, all of that is what Leighton just said, is self-sabotage. And we have to stop it. I was self-sabotaging myself the entire week and probably trying to put myself into a coma. I was probably going to go into a coma. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know people say, Mr. Brian Dean said he felt like imposter. I think maybe that's what I felt like too. I felt like maybe impostery because I don't think he wanted me there. But they did call you. They recognized who the hell you were. The conversation wasn't like, what's your name again? It wasn't like that. The conversation was very, you were here last time. We're doing this makeup, the same makeup you did for the last shoot. We're kind of doing the same thing here. So we really, we would love to have you. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? And so I just wanted to, I shared that story with my student and I just wanted to share it with you guys because she was just like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I was like, wow too. But it's just like, I just wish we would, me included, I wish we could recognize our value and appreciate when people do reach out and want to, he gave me a thing of a lifetime. He gave me a gift of a lifetime, really, that I can never forget. But it is what it is. I mean, y'all are sitting here, I'm like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, how do you feel? Do you ever feel like when you walk up to a set or you get a phone call that, oh, is this wrong person? Like I said, like when I was walking down the block, I was walking down the block to go to his studio. The whole time I'm sick and I'm going, I'm the wrong person. And I'm walking and all I'm saying to myself, I'm the wrong person. He does not want me here. I'm the wrong person. So what I did the entire walk, and that was a long walk, the entire walk to this man's studio. I'm the wrong person. Why? Why do we do that to ourselves? Because we feel not worthy. And we're worthy. If we get called in to do something, we're worthy, So I wanted to share my crazy table touch. I mean, it's so funny too, because I remember many moons ago of telling that story, and a young lady, another makeup artist, was like, you're lying. David doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He never does stuff like that. Well, I said, well, he did it for me. He did it for me because that's the thing. It's like, just because I'm on a set with him, and let's say he didn't talk to me, right? But then you're on a set with him and you got that, right? Why would I assume that because it didn't happen for me, it's not supposed to happen for you? You understand? So when you let the minutiae fly in your head, then it becomes a problem, you see? Because she was hell-bent on trying to destroy me. DeShawn's lying. She's a thief and she's lying. And it was like, no, I'm not lying and I'm telling the truth. It was a miracle. It was just weird. It was just the way that those 2 days went, that it wound up like that. But, you get a lot of jibber jabber in your ear. You get a lot of, it could be your parents, it could be your friends, it could be whomever telling you you're not worthy. But really, you really are. You really are worthy. And I think we have to realize that as just breathing human beings, we are worthy. As makeup artists who are damn amazing, we are worthy. And I think if I ever feel like, oh, the wrong person, they don't pick the wrong person, oh, no, 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 I'm going to say to myself, and I have in the past, I'm worthy, DeShawn. It's okay. I'm worthy. And if it happens to be where they made a mistake, then they made a mistake. Life will go on. But I'm worthy, and it's okay. And if you made a mistake and I'm there and I can stay, then I'm going to show you how worthy I am. I'm going to show you that the mistake that has been made is going to be in my favor because I'm going to do such a damn great job. You're going to be like, yo, I'm going to hire you next time, But it's a lot of, I'm not worthy. We have a lot of makeup artists that feel not worthy. So I just wanted to share the story, people. I just wanted to share the story. Because I just think it's a very important, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Just a look on her face was like, wow. The look on her face was like, what? Telling you that self-sabotage, that unworthiness, all of that sucks to high hell. And we make ourselves sick. I made myself sick. I made myself physically ill when I didn't have to. I didn't have to. So there's my story. The story's over. I don't know if I'm going to keep this video up because I don't know if I'm so. I don't know. I never know if you're supposed to name names, not name names. But I mean, it's only 17 years ago. The man, listen, he may have hugged and kissed me 17 years ago, but man, don't freaking know who the hell I am today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, people, do you have anything to say? That's my story. Hi, CR. I made it. I kept looking. Thank you for keeping looking there, CR. Appreciate that. Paula, I didn't see you. Paula, did you get my email? Please let me know if you got an email from me, please. Yeah. I'm waiting for y'all to say something to me because I'm sitting here. I know y'all are listening and y'all are doing other things around your house. But remember, this is audience participation. This is audience participation. I swear to God. One of the key things about your story is that you made yourself available, which is often something we don't do enough. Yes. Yeah, I did. But I think my favorite part of that whole thing was when I walked on set with all of those models, toenails painted, fingers painted, and he just went. He was like, what? What? Oh, good. Good. Okay, good. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Yeah. So, that was my favorite part of the whole thing. It was just the shock on his face. And that's the thing. It's like the other lesson of the story was if you know how to do something. Like I meet a lot of people in this industry who like to brag about everything they do. I do this and I do that and I'm this and I'm that. I sit and I'm not saying that you're not supposed to talk about yourself. Sure, go ahead. But it's just kind of way people do it. And I just would, even though I was a nail tech, I literally was a nail tech. I'm not going to run around that set time. I'm a nail tech. Let me do the nails. I said, that's not my place. And I think a lot of times, especially as an assistant, you got to know your place. You have to understand that. And a lot of times assistants don't get that, I'm pretty sure, I've had assistants who would hear something like that on set and be like, I'll go do it. But nobody asked you, nobody asked you, I could do it. Let me do it, Sean. But nobody asked you and nobody asked me. So we need to slow our roll and mind our business. But I do meet a lot of people on sets. I could do this and I could do that. And if he did that and if he gave it to them, they probably would have messed it up. They probably would have been back in a half an hour. But I was like, why am I going to tell David LaChapelle that I'm a nail tech? Why would I tell him that? because what did I do? I impressed that man. And he really, the look of shock on his face when every model came back in 10 minutes. He gave me 20, I took 10. He just looked, he just looked like, what's happening? Like, he just looked so like, oh, okay. You know, you don't always have to show everything you do. You don't have to show your hand. You don't have to do that. I mean, the only way I knew how to do a bullet wound, remember I tell y'all about that book? It may be an old-fashioned book, but it's Stage Makeup by Herman Bachman. I was reading that book, and I literally was sitting in my house. I really don't do special effects makeup. That's not my thing. You know what I mean? But because of the book, I literally would sit at home and I would bruise on my arm. I would make it look like I gashed my arm open. I make it look like my nose was. I really did love it. But I would I would like practice breaking my nose. I would practice like cuts on my face. I would just sit here and practice because it was kind of fun. I had some of the stuff, but I still didn't. It doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm playing. Like, to me, that was playtime. But it was something that I felt like I needed to learn. And look what happened. Look what happened 3 years later. 3 years later, look what happened. I got to kind of dig back in the archives of my mind and say, what did that book tell me to do? You know, like, what was that? See? Like, people poo-poo a lot of things I say. Do this, do that. Why I gotta do that? I don't want to do that. Why I gotta? Because you never know when that skill is gonna pop up on set. Even if you are a beauty makeup artist, even if you're an editorial fashion girl, it might pop up on thing. And look at what a magnificent check mark, a plus that would be for you if you would just practice things that are not in your specialty sometimes. You know, I'm not asking you to detach an arm, but you should really know how to cut a face. You should know how to bruise people. You should know how to do a lot of things. And I literally brought myself Ben Nye has a bruise wheel, you know, with a cream makeup, and you just do it and you put it on your face, and then it looks like you've been beat the hell up. I practiced that for hours on end. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. You got to practice extra weird little things like that. You never know when it comes in handy. My little bullet wound, he was so happy when he was so happy he threw the blood on the guy. He was so happy. He's like, oh, it's perfect. And I was like, yay, you know? So this is what I'm saying. Like, we just have to like be proactive in our lives, and we have to believe that we belong there. We have to believe that we belong on set, because one day your non-believing ass is going to have to run the back of the house. You're going to have to run something. You're going to have to be in command. And if you don't feel worthy, then you're not going to be able to run your team. And if you can't run a team, boom. You see? So you have to, I mean, read all the self-help books you can. I happen to like, rest in peace, I always want to say Wayne Dyer, but it's Wayne Dyer. Then there's Tim, what's his name, guys? Tim, big, tall, giant, white dude, big, huge, big hulking white dude. Tim, what's his, not Tim Robbins, Tim, y'all better help me. What's his name? He's tall, he's huge. He's a motivational speaker. And you can even watch Oprah on YouTube if you want to get a little mojo going. Iyanla Van Sant. I mean, I can go on with all these people. Those are the people I gravitate to, and those are the people that I will read their books. And sometimes, again, I read them so I don't have those moments anymore of, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Tony Robbins. Thank you. I have no FX training, but I've had to do bruises and small cuts. Pimples, yes, pimples. Fake stubble so many times. Yes. You have to do that. Like, just imagine if you had like a fashion shoot, and then all of a sudden the person comes up to you and says, oh, that's beautiful. Now cut her face, or, you know, do this, you know, make it look like she was in a boxing match. It does happen. Now, does it happen all the time? No, but it does happen. You got to learn how to do that. And I'm telling you, that book, I know it's old. There's another book by Richard excuse me, by Richard Corson, Corson, Richard Corson. And he too has a book called Stage Makeup. And people really like that book. Probably it's the same damn book. You know, you know what I'm saying? I think Herman Bachman's book came before his book. So Herman is first, Richard Corson is second. And so it's almost like I saw it not too long ago, and it's almost like very much like a copycat, except that when you look at the books that I have, it's very old school. It's more based on theatrical makeup than film and television kind of makeup, but it teaches you the anatomy of a head and the bone structures and all that stuff, and how to manipulate the bone structures. And it is quite fascinating. It's really, I find it fascinating. But you know, Ambi's right. You're gonna have to learn how to do so many other things other than beauty. If your dream is to be a fabulous beauty makeup artist, then you're gonna have to learn how to beat the hell out of somebody's face. And now I'm not talking about making it pretty. Martika. Hi, Martika. Hi, sweetheart. So you guys feeling what I'm saying? Are you feeling what I'm saying? Are we taking my I'm not worthy story? And do you understand? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because I just find it something that's very, very important. I teach a lot of, you know, guys, I'm talking to you every Sunday. I teach a lot of newbies, and I teach a lot of newbies who don't feel worthy enough to even be standing anywhere doing makeup. And you are worthy. And I just, you know, I try to instill that in all of my students, that you are worthy. You are 100% worthy of being here and doing this job. You really are. You have to believe it in your innards. That's what I said. You got to believe it in your innards. You really have to be able to push past a lot of the minutiae and let it go. Ambi, I've had to call makeup artist friends and check on YouTube. Yeah, you know what happened? Like, I don't know if they still do this. I know back in the day they did. I feel like they would still do it because they're just an amazing store. But years ago, I had this issue when I was doing a film. I think I told you guys. And I called Alcone, the store Alcone in New York, because I think at the time I was using Cinema Secrets, and we were shooting on top of I think I told you, we were shooting on top of the hottest day of the year at that point. And we were shooting on top of a black roof, and the actor was wearing all black. Oh my God, poor guy. The actor was wearing all black wool. He was supposed to be like a robber, like a robber. It was a very cute little story. And it was a short movie. But what had happened was he was up there, and I have never seen this, and I've never seen it since. He got so hot that the makeup literally slid right off his face. I've never seen this happen. I've never seen it happen since. He was so overheated that the makeup started to crack and just slide, almost like it melted, like a melting man. And I remember that day because I had to be like, and I was like screaming, you got to get off, because I'm on the roof with him, by the way. I'm like, you got to get off this roof. You got to get off the roof, and we got to cool you down. And then when the makeup cracked, right? First it started to crack. And then after like another 4 or 5 minutes, it just went. I've never seen that in my life. And it's because his temperature got so high, and it's already hot, and he was sweating profusely. And the salt of it all, it just couldn't take it. So I called Alcone because I didn't understand. I was like, what just happened? And to this day, I still see that woman that I spoke to on the phone, and I see her like at IMAX and stuff. And I always say to her, you saved my life. Because I said, what did I do? What? I don't understand. I used this stuff for 2 years. Nothing ever happened. And she was like, no. It's just hot. It's just too hot. It's like he's in an oven. It's, nobody's supposed to be that hot wearing any kind of makeup. And she explained to me, like, no. It's not you. It is the makeup, but it's not like the makeup is faulty. It's just so hot that it's unbearable, and it was unbearable for him, because when I was able to get the makeup off of him, That man, where's my red? Give me a red, honey. Where's my red? I can't even show you. He was beet red. He was red, like lobster red underneath all that. And so when I went to wipe it off, it was just red. And I was like, honey, we gotta stop shooting, please. I was like begging him, like, please, we gotta stop shooting, and can we run to the store and get some ice? I literally packed him in ice. I put cold compresses on him. I put cold compresses on his face. I did whatever I could to cool him down, because not only was he the actor, but he was the director too, and he didn't want to listen to me. He just wanted to keep shooting. I was like, the makeup is sliding off your face. You're too hot. But I called Alcone, and she talked me off a ledge because I didn't know what was happening. I've never ever seen that happen. And I have had actors in sauners. How do you say it? Sauners. That's not the way you say it, but you know what I'm trying to say. In steam rooms, in scenes, I've thrown actors into pools. That never happened. So you know what I mean? Like, you can call stores if something happens weird like that. You probably can pick up the phone and maybe call friends or Alcone. What's the other one? Nigel. Because you have to remember that they all have professional makeup artists working at the store. It's normally never a regular person. It's normally makeup artists who work there. And you can they probably will help you. If you ask, they probably will help you. I called that store so fast because I had never seen anything like that in my life. Never. And I've never seen it since. Never seen it since. Marquita says, worthiness is huge in the industry. A lot of talented people who hold back because of self-doubt. Yes, Marquita, that's what we were talking about at the top of the show. I gave a long story about how I didn't feel worthy, and then I made myself sick, and I was giving myself an ulcer, and I walked down the street going, he doesn't want me, it's not right. See? And I was wrong. And I think it's just something that is a plague. Sometimes I do feel like it's a plague in our field, that people don't feel worthy enough to be standing here and doing what they're doing. But you are here, and I think that's the most important part, is to get you to understand you're physically here. You're here, and you're doing it. So feel worthy. Feel the worthy. I didn't say feel, I don't know, feel like the king of the world, but I said, but feel worthy. Like, okay, I'm doing my stuff here. This is cool. You know. But don't beat yourself up. And I know a lot of this comes from childhood. I dig it. Listen, I didn't have the greatest childhood. It was shitty. Okay. But it is what it is. And so I know that we bring all that minutiae into our lives, and then we grow up and we become makeup artists, and we become president, and we become all these people, and our minutiae comes out in very strange ways. And I just think that, you know, if that's something that's happening for you, if it was a bad childhood, then get some help. Get some help. That's all. Just get some help. Not everybody needs to go to therapy, but sometimes you might. And not everybody needs to pick up a book by Tony Robbins. Not everybody needs to pick up a book by Tony Robbins, but maybe you do. But you have to be able to self-help yourself. You have to be able to do that. Because remember, this industry, there's nobody to help you. Remember, there's nobody to help you. When you're a freelancer, you're alone. You're not union, you're a freelancer. And that means that ain't nobody helping you. Ain't nobody helping you with rates. Ain't nobody helping you with nothing. You got to do it all. And you got to suffer all of you got to suffer all the arrows going into your chest when you're on hold for a job. And then all of a sudden they go, nah, we don't need you. And it's like, you have to do that. Like when I have an agent and the agent calls me up and says, hey, DeShawn, put yourself on hold for such and such, such that. I'm like, okay. Right. And then he'll call me back in like 2 weeks and say, oh, sorry, don't need you anymore. Take the hold off. And I'm like, oh, okay. But imagine if you had to do that for yourself all the time. And then you were so excited about a job. And then all of a sudden the job just goes away. And it happens over and over. And you go through this roller coaster. It happens all the time. So, yeah, some people just need some self-help and nothing wrong with it. Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Hey, DeShawn. I have had a few short films where they wanted bruising. So I brought the Ben Nye kit and taught myself how to do it in a weekend. Definitely need to get back to practicing these skills. Paulo says, that's why I appreciate every That's why I appreciate every Sunday you have a live. Thank you, Paula. You know what? Hey, my Grip is in the room. He's skulking around. Yo, Grip, can you do me a favor? Can you go on the bookshelf in the room in the office, and it says stage, not your stage makeup book, but stage makeup by Herman Bachman is in the black section of the bookcase with all the books lined up. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. It's very, very important that you guys become as versatile as possible. It's very, very important. It is very, very important that you have your woosah together. It's very, very important that we woosah it out. And sometimes, listen, sometimes maybe you need to join a group of makeup artists, or sometimes you might need to join, I don't know, a group of other types of people. You don't always have to be around your, makeup artists. You just don't always have to be a group of makeup artists. A lot of my best friends are hairstylists and fashion stylists. They are not makeup artists, Well, a couple of them are because I love them so much. But, and you need to be able to bounce stuff off of people. And you need to be able to get that minutia out. You need to be able to scream and curse and throw things if you want to. You need to get it out. You need to get it out in some way, shape, or form, because it will eat you alive. This industry will eat you alive, and you'll miss out on so many opportunities because you get depressed. This is why I keep trying to tell you. This is why I say it over and over again, like a broken record, like DeShawn. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna hang up. But I say it anyway. It's not your job until you are physically standing there. And there's a lot of newbies listening to me, and a lot of newbies are going to get these phone calls. Hey, we want you, put yourself on hold. And you're like, and the job pays $500, and you're already counting the money. You've already counted that money. You've already spent that money. You haven't even done the job. My Grip is here. Thank you, Grip. See? No. This book saved my life. This book got me in with David LaChapelle. It's this book. Herman Bachman, Stage Makeup. It saved my life. See, I still have my stuff in it. Oh. See? I still have my Post-it. See that? Except I did better. I taught myself how to bruise myself. See how he broke his nose? I broke my nose. I learned how to break my nose. I learned how to split my lip. I learned bruising. And you know what's so interesting is that this book is mostly black and white, correct, DeShawn? Except for some really bad black makeup they got in the bag. They should be shot for the black makeup they got on here. Well, let me show you the bad black makeup. Got the nerve to put black people all up in here. Don't do what they do in this book. Everybody turns out to be a gypsy. Oh, y'all, look at this horrible black people makeup. Let me see. Can y'all see? Look at this shit. Look at this. This is terrible makeup. We don't age like that. It's horrible. Like when you really see it up close and personal, you'd be like, really? So this is the only part that I was a little insulted by, to be honest. But I know they're just teaching stage makeup, and I was like, please. And well, look at this bad man. Look at this. This is so horrible. Do y'all see that? Do you see this? Do you see this? What the? So don't do the black makeup in here because it looks terrible. But everything else is really good. I found that book for $5 online. Ching ching. I am very impressed by your fortitude to get the book because it cost me like $50. See, this one says $19.95, but I know I spent more money because I believe I bought this out of Alcone and they jacked up the price on me. One hot face. Hi there, honey. DeShawn. Hi, honey. Edie, those cheeks. She's not. She's not a clown. No, she's not. But she looked like one, don't she? Yeah, the black people makeup in here is horrid. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I know it's supposed to be like aging her. That's supposed to be age make. I mean, actually in black and white, and on this, looking at it through a camera lens, it's not as bad as I'm looking at it in person. Listen, learn how to do black people correctly, okay? That's all I got to say. But it really is, besides the insulting black people makeup, it really is highly, highly fascinating. How they teach you how to highlight and contour, and it's just amazing. It's just an amazing book. So you really got to look into all of these things. She looked like a black Greg Louganis. She did. She's like a black Greg Louganis. It was terrible. But I still love this book. I still love the book. And it's really old school. I don't even know what year this is from. I never even checked out the year. Yeah, I have no idea what year. Where's the print? Hello. Nope. Where's the print? Oh, it's going to tell me. 1980. Nope. Copyright 1971. Okay. So that's what it's about. It's from 1971, this book. And then it was reissued, it said, in 1989. And then it kind of like left. And then I found it. So it was reissued in 1989. I bought the book in I was still doing film. I was a student. So I bought the book in 1999 or 2000. So I've had this for 21 years. And it really did. It taught me a great deal. And it taught me don't do black people makeup like that. But it also teaches you beard. How to attach beards and stuff. And that's the other thing. Years ago, again, when I was a newbie, I had signed up for a production hub. What do you call it? What do you call those things? Directory. So I put my name in this directory, and I had kind of just graduated from school. So I was kind of fresh. And I don't know why they chose me. I didn't say I was from school. I just put my name down, makeup artist, and blah, blah, blah. And they called me and said, hey, we have this job. It's just men's grooming. Can you do it? I was like, yeah, I can do men's grooming in my sleep. Yes, right? And then I took the job, and I didn't ask any questions. I didn't ask one. Oh, no, I said, how much is it? And the job was paying, I think it was like 500 or 600, something like that. And I said, wow, this is like the most money I've ever made. Wow. And I was already, honey, I was in there counting that dough. I was counting that $600. Like, oh, $600. And then the job came closer. So I would say they offered me the job, I think 2 weeks in advance of the job. And then all of a sudden something said to me, is there anything else they want me to do? Because I don't understand what's happening. And they called me and said, oh, and by the way, we need you to attach beards to all these people. I had never done that in my life. I had no clue how to do that. And I had to tell them the truth. I didn't have the book at the time. And I had to tell them the truth. I said, I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. I really don't know how to do that. I said, does everybody need that? Because I kind of figured how, in my brain, I said to myself, well, how hard could it be? How hard can I don't attach? It's just glue, right? And I said to myself, DeShawn, this is a real job. This is not like something to jack around with. Because the last thing you want to do is it's not that I wasn't worthy. See, the difference is I wasn't ready. And I think sometimes we take on things that we're not ready to take on. And I wasn't ready because it was 5 guys and they all needed these beards. And then they wanted me to go to the store and buy beards. And they were going to reimburse me. But I was like, I don't even know what the F to look for. And then I was calling my friend. Then I was calling my friends in desperation, like, yo, can you come over to my house and show me how to put it? And I was like, DeShawn, this is ridiculous. I'm not ready for this job. I'm not ready. And if you don't confess, to these people, you're going to make yourself look god awful, because putting beards on is doing it in the right way is very difficult thing to do. You know, I mean, I'm sure somebody who's done it for 25 years, it's a piece of cake. But for a newbie who doesn't know what she's doing, who doesn't know how much glue to use, doesn't know how to get it off. So sometimes I think it's not so much that we are not worthy. We're not ready. And it happens. It happens to all of us, especially when you're new. It's going to happen to you. You're going to get in over your head. But you have to be careful about what you commit to. You know, that's because you're so hungry, and I dig it. But you have to be careful, because the thing that starts to make us feel not worthy sometimes is when we take on too much, and then we jack it up, and then we feel horrible, and then we internalize it, and we just beat ourselves to death. And that's the problem. See? So I'm not saying, you know, if it's an opportunity that you want to take and you think it's cool, you think it's dope, I would like to do that. Make sure you can do it. That's all I'm asking. It's just make sure you can do it. I've been around a lot of people who can't do it. They cannot. And they get fired in the worst ways I've ever seen. People fire you on the spot. Like, this industry don't play. And they fire you, and they don't think about your dignity. They don't care about your dignity, because time in this industry is money. And if you can't do what you said that you could do, you just cost them money. Some of these shoots could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you stroll up with your little, I could do this. And then all of a sudden you can't do it. You have just wasted not $500, not $1,000. You could have set the whole set back hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's something that's why I try so hard to get you guys to understand these things. You know what I mean? It's a great opportunity. I hear newbies tell me, oh my God, DeShawn, it's a great opportunity. And I always say, are you sure you can handle that? Are you sure? Do you understand what you're getting into? Because if you do not know what you're getting into, you're going to jack yourself up. Now listen what I tell you. The Lord, and I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual girl. I'm not religious. But the Lord, okay, hit me in the head. I got offered a job, my very first keying job, keying for a runway show. Okay. I ain't never done no runway show before, but somebody said to me, girl, we want you. And I was like, yes, I could do that. Yes. So I put out a thing on a message board. Hey, I need people for my team because I am keying a runway show, right? Oh, I thought I was the shit. Oh my God. Until I got back there. And it was me and two other makeup artists. And there were like 50 models. There was like 50 models, and I was like, I'm in trouble. Mayday. But this is when the Lord went in the head. He said to me, I heard him. He said to me, okay, listen, young lady, I'm gonna help you. So what had happened was the designer, well, she was a bitch. The designer fired me. She fired me, basically without telling me she fired me. So when I showed up, there was a whole team back there working. She had fired my ass and said nothing, right? And then she goes, and then I get back there and I'm like, what's happening? She goes, oh, Sean, you know I like you, but you know, this company offered to do it for free. And so I figured I'd take them, you know. And I was pissed, but at the same time, the Lord, he went, dummy, you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna jack this show up. I'm gonna save your behind, and I'm gonna give you a break because you got fired before your 3 measly people. By the way, 3 people, and you're supposed to have a team of like 15. I had me and 2 other people. So basically, your girl would have jacked it up, and it would have been jacked up, okay? And the Lord hit me in the head and said, "Nah, not tonight, not today. I got you. I got you. You stupid. I got you." Because you know the Lord looks out for fools, right? But what was it? It was all, I'm king of the show. King of the show. Yes, I got fired before I even got there. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was the best thing that ever happened to me, getting fired. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I thought it was just some simple makeup. The Lord looks out for fools and children or something like that, right? I'm not a child. I am a fool. That tells you something. But he was like, "Yo, I got you, sis. I got you. We got to protect you. I got you." That would have blown up in my face. Divine intervention. Oh, yeah. I will fire you. And it worked. It happened. It was fine. I got fired. It was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for helping me, because this fool did not know what she was doing. And it's like these stupid. It's like these stupid little. It's like these stupid little things that I put myself in. Why do you think I tell you people don't do that? Because I've been through a lot of crap. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, she's an idiot. Okay, wait a minute. Hey, Brandon Michael Hare. Hi, Brandon Michael Hare. Hey, Miss Evie. Evie, if I was that beautiful black woman, I would refuse them taking a photo of me. Oh my God, wait a minute. Not worth a bad reputation. Evie is so true. But listen, I showed up. Listen to me when I tell you. Listen, people, listen. Okay. So I show up and I'm like, what is this? Who are these people? This is my show. I'm still not understanding. See, this is the point. Let me explain the point to you, the minutia of a newbie, okay? I didn't realize that they are there to save my ass. They were there to save my ass, basically. That's what they were there for. And in the first like 15 minutes, I couldn't understand it. Who are these people? Who? Excuse, I did all this work. Now, let me remind you, I'm in over my head. She's an idiot. And I am wounded. until I realized about like 15 minutes, and I said, "DeShawn, now you know you wouldn't been able to do this with your two people." Y'all, listen, this is how fancy it was. They were sticking tree branches in the hair. They were sticking listen. Hey, Daisy. Listen when I tell you. So when I tell you things, it's because I have lived them. I am trying to save you all. It's like what's that movie with the shark? What's that movie? Jaws. It's like when that guy jumps up and says, "Get out of the water." That's what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for you. I'm trying to get you out of the water. That's all I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Don't go in the water because the shark is going to eat you. It's going to pull you under. Telling you. I'm trying, Evie. I'm trying to save you. I am trying with all of my dumbassness. I am trying to save you. Listen, you cannot last 21 years in this business without being a jackass, without being in over your head, without making mistakes, without all of those things. You just can't. It's impossible. You will make mistakes. You will be in over your head because you have jumped in and said, I can do it. I'm fabulous. Did you want to hire me? I can do it with my 2 other makeup artists. We can do 50 people. See? You see? Now, had I not been fired and had I made a stink, how dare you fire me? You've wounded my pride. Da, da, da. I may have never gotten to the pearly gates of the tents in New York Fashion Week. I may have never gotten on teams that led me to key my own shows. I may have, if I was a jackass to the ultimate level that was kind of in my head at the time, because I was supposed to key the show, right? If I stayed in that form, if I stayed in that jackassness, okay, I probably would have ruined a lot of chances for myself. But the Lord hit me in the head and said, you, my dear, will learn a lesson today. You ain't ready. And got you. I got your back this time. I'm going to have your back next time, but I got your back this time. I learned a great deal. I'm glad I make you crack up. The Lord done intervened. Yes, the Lord intervened and saved me. I really believe that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really into it, but I really believe it. Like every now and then you can only explain, it can only be one thing. It can't be nothing else. You can't save jackasses, but so much. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I was blessed to be fired. Oh God, my life. You guys think I have stories. I have so many stories. The stories just keep coming. The Lord, He won't let me fail. Yes, He saved me. He really did. Because I've seen people lose it. I've seen people lose it, and it'd be like, dude, what are you doing? I think they're right in firing you. I think it's okay. Don't freak out. Just go. You will find another job. Just go. But don't. I'm fabulous, you bitch. I mean, I've seen it all. It is frightening what happens on set. Frightening. I'm dropping my makeup bag. Frightening what happens on set sometimes. But many of us have been fired on the spot. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, can we be real? Can I be real with you for 2 seconds? Now, who was I? I think I was like, I feel like I was year 2 in beauty. Year two. And not saying that I couldn't have keyed the show, but clearly I could not have, because I didn't know what I was doing. But like sometimes I just want you guys just to think. I'm not saying that if somebody presents something to you, no, I'm too young for it. No, I don't know what to do. But you really gotta think. Year 2, I'm just year 2 in beauty, and I get this fashion show thrown at me, and I never worked a fashion show. Child, when I tell you I showed up with my little kid, it was, listen, it was, you ever seen little kids with the lunchbox? Oh, she had little kids walking to the backstage. Child, y'all have to be careful. Don't let ego, and we all have ego. Every one of us has an ego. Don't let ego get you, because the ego will really, really, really get you. So don't let it get you, because that sucks when your ego gets in the way. I had worked with, I think I told you this a while ago. I had worked with this fashion stylist who, in all rights, was amazing. I'm holding on to this bag for July. I'm going to put it on the floor. He was amazing, right? Dolce & Gabbana. He was like doing all the shows. Like he was like heavy, like, yo, this is the dude right here, you know? But just so happened that I was working with a photographer and we were just testing. It wasn't anything real. It was just a test. And I happen to like testing. It's just something I like to do. I love testing. So when he called and said, yo, do you want to come out and do this test with me? I was like, yeah, I'll come out and test with you. And I might post the pictures. They turned out to be so kind of avant-garde and really cool. Some of my favorites. It's not. It would be like if you looked at it, you would not think I did it. It's very cool and ethereal, and it's really cool. I love this shoot because I think it was so anti DeShawn. And so I get there, and before I could even get in the door, he kind of like I saw the model, and she was flawless. She had one little tiny red thing on her face, but honest to God, the girl was flawless. So I was like, this is when you learn. This is when you get more into the business and more, I guess, mature. Because I just told you year two I was a complete ass. Okay? Now I'm more mature. I understand how to work makeup, how not to work makeup. And she just had this one little spot on her face. And I swear she didn't have any, she had nothing. Her face was flawless. So all I said to myself was, I'm just going to go in and just dot that red and leave her alone. Right? My job is done. That's all I have to do. And he came over to me before I even opened up my kit, because I saw her and I said, oh, okay, well, my day is easy. He's like, don't do this to her. Don't do that to her. And I was like, who the F are you? Who are you? Are you? And he was so nasty and so vile and so disgusting towards me, because he sees me like when I walk on set, I'm normally one of the happiest people to ever work, because I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, and because I'm just happy to be there. And he just was such a biatch. He was a biatch. And he got all up in my face and he was just like, well, we want to do it this way, and this way. And I was just like, dude, you didn't even ask me what I was going to do. You just came over and assumed that I was going to put all this makeup all over her face. I'm not stupid. She's flawless. So at this point now, I'm like, you need to stay. And I said something like, you need to go over there. You need to get away from me. Go away from me. I said something like that. And he just walked off. Because I didn't even do anything yet. And so later on, like I'm a nice person, but once you irritate me, I will not talk to you. I'm cold biatch, like cold, like ice cold. Don't come over here. So he came over and he was like, I just wanna apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The photographer said you do such beautiful work. I'm really sorry. It's just that, I'm just so used to like having makeup artists come in here and they want to do the. I said, but you didn't even ask me. You came and started shooting shit at me and talking down to me like I'm two. I said, dude, I've been doing this for a long time. I know what I'm doing. He was like, well, and then he started giving me his life story. And his life story was that unfortunately, with all of everything he had amassed in his career, and this man, when I tell you, had an amazing career as a fashion stylist, they didn't hire him. Nobody wanted to hire him. Why? Because of that shit. He had piss poor, nasty attitude. He had a nasty attitude, is what he had. That's what he had. And nobody wanted to book him. And you know how I know that? He told me. He said, I really screwed up my career. I was doing all of this amazing work and I have this bad attitude. And I said, well, you need to check that because you did it to me. He goes, I know. That's why I came over to apologize. And I was like, I said, just, your work is beautiful. And then a lot of the clothes that we were using, he had made. And it was just like, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. But again, his name is nowhere. His name is nowhere to be found. This is a man. When I tell you that is talented, like what you call those French seamstresses. I mean, just his work was gorgeous, but nobody wanted to work with him because he had such a piss poor attitude. Such a piss poor attitude. You know, this is what I keep trying to tell people. Like, y'all got to watch it. You got to watch the lion. You got to watch the attitude. You got to be straight up and straightforward with people. You got to just be honest. There's nothing wrong with being honest. You know, but what he did, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. Jennifer Mitchell, Daisy, too funny. Even preach, DeShawn, preach. Jennifer Mitchell, it's so important to be humble enough to admit your faults. I've been there on a few jobs. Grateful I had great lead artists back in the day to guide me towards being better in my work. Yes, I didn't have that, Jennifer, and I made an ass out of myself. Moving on, Ambi said, had the strangest experience at a celebrity magazine shoot recently where the newbie hairstylist was so entitled and obnoxious. And she got fired. Don't you love it when that happens? Oh, God. Hey, some more. Good night, honey. Daisy, yes, Jennifer is so grateful for those who help us, who help guide us, that we can run with it. Exactly. And you can run with it. You can run with it. But every now and then you will have a moment of jackassness. Just don't let the jackassness ruin your whole life. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to hear me. Don't be a jackass like me. Don't. You have to ask pertinent questions. I didn't even ask. Guess what? When she hired me to key her show, do you think I knew to ask? Do you think I knew to ask, how many models you got? I didn't ask her. What did I think? 2? Why? I tell you, the Lord smacked me in the head and said, I got you, child. I got you. You dumbass. I got you. That's what happened. I'm telling you, life is but a dream. Oh, God. Oh, I can't pronounce it. So you know I cannot pronounce your name. I love you, DeShawn. Thank you. The Lord, He won't. He won't let you down. He will snatch you from the clutches of a bad runaway show. Yeah. Yeah. This is why I try to tell you people, I do know what I'm talking about. Oh, she's so stupid. Wow, this is long. Listen. Miss Daisy and I were hanging out today, and then after she left, I fell asleep on the sofa. My body just went, and then I was like, oh, I gotta get up and I gotta come talk to you people. I just realized I have been yapping for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Oh shit. So, wait, I was gonna say something, but now I have to read what Brian Michael Hare has to say today. Brian Michael Hare I was a jackass when I was younger. I learned really fast that nobody wants to be around someone like that. Hello. You are correct, sir. Yes. Paula, have a great weekend. So, no, have a great week. Not a week weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to get off this thing. But, yeah, it was supposed to be short. It turned out to be this. So I will do the YouTube jargon. Please like this joint. I just bared my soul. Can I get some thumbs up on the side? Remember, you have not the thumbs up here. You have the thumbs up underneath the video that goes like this. They go like this, but you have to go like this. That's what I need. Because remember, YouTube needs to know that I am here. If they see no interaction, they will not share me. Also, if you like to share your moments of jackassness, please leave it in the comment section below because I would like to read them and have a tee-hee-hee myself. So please do that. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. I know I was late, but hopefully my setup didn't fall. So you'll see me here next week too. Don't tell the boyfriend, but you'll see me because I can't go back in that room for a while. So anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you guys for coming by and having a tee-hee-hee with me. And I'll see you guys next week. And again, I might be on during the week, during the day, I should say. Anyway, good night, beautiful people. I will see you later. La, la, la.